You turn off the television. The screen goes dark. The microwave sits quietly. Your phone charger appears to be doing absolutely nothing. But appearances can be deceiving. Many electronic devices continue using electricity even when they seem to be turned off. They wait for remote controls, keep clocks running, and stay ready to spring back to life at a moment's notice. Individually, the power they consume is small. But across an entire home, these tiny energy sips can add up to a surprisingly large portion of your electric bill. So why are so many appliances never truly asleep? And what are they doing with all that electricity when no one is using them? Today, we uncover the hidden world of energy vampires right here on History of Simple Things. The term vampire power, also known as standby power or phantom load, describes the electricity that devices use even when they are not actively doing their main job. Your television may look completely off, but a tiny circuit inside is still awake, waiting for a signal from your remote control. Your microwave keeps its digital clock glowing. Your printer sits quietly, listening for the moment you urgently need to print one page at 11:58 p.m. These devices are not truly asleep. They are more like actors pretending to be unconscious while secretly checking their phones backstage. And just like fictional vampires, they feed slowly, silently, and mostly at night. There was a time when turning something off meant cutting the flow of electricity entirely. Old lamps used mechanical switches that physically broke the circuit. Radios and toasters remained completely inactive until you switched them on again. If a device was off, it consumed exactly 0 watts. Simple, honest, slightly clunky, but honest. Then electronics became smarter. Buttons became softer. Remote controls appeared. Digital displays started glowing. Suddenly, appliances developed a strong desire to remain partially conscious at all times. So, why do modern appliances stay awake? The answer is convenience. When you press the power button on your remote, you expect the television to respond immediately. You do not want to wait while it stretches, yawns, and decides whether it feels like turning on. To make instant startup possible, a small portion of the device remains powered continuously. This miniature system listens for signals, preserves memory, keeps clocks running, and sometimes maintains internet connections. Think of it as a night guard in a dark building. The office may appear closed, but one employee is still inside, drinking coffee and waiting for instructions. Some devices are particularly notorious for standby power use. Televisions and cable boxes are classic offenders. Gaming consoles often remain connected to the internet to download updates while you sleep. Computers and monitors may continue drawing power even after shutdown. Microwaves and ovens use electricity to display clocks. Chargers can also consume a small amount of electricity when left plugged in, even with nothing attached. Then there are smart devices, voice assistants, security cameras, thermostats, and speakers, designed to be permanently alert. Your smart speaker may appear peaceful, but it is always listening for its wake word like an extremely polite spy. A single device may use only a fraction of a watt or a few watts while in standby mode. That sounds insignificant, but most homes contain dozens of electronics. Individually, each device sips electricity like a cautious tea drinker. Together, they throw an all-night buffet. In many households, standby power can account for around 5 to 10% of total electricity use. Over the course of a year, that can add up to a noticeable amount on your utility bill. Here is a startling thought. In some countries, the total electricity consumed by devices doing nothing is large enough to power millions of homes. That means entire power plants may be working around the clock so that microwaves can display the correct time and televisions can leap into action the instant someone loses the remote and starts pressing every cushion in panic. Manufacturers know that consumers love convenience. We expect devices to start instantly, remember our settings, stay connected, and download updates without requiring us to think too hard. And manufacturers are happy to oblige. The trade-off is that these conveniences require a constant trickle of electricity. The good news is that efficiency standards have improved significantly. Many modern devices consume much less standby power than older models. Fortunately, these creatures are remarkably easy to defeat. Unplug devices that are rarely used. Use power strips to switch off multiple electronics at once. Smart power strips can automatically cut electricity to accessories when a main device, such as a television, is turned off. Adjust settings on gaming consoles and computers to reduce background downloads and always-on features. When shopping for new electronics, choose energy-efficient models with low standby consumption. Not all always-on devices are wasteful. Refrigerators must keep food cold. Internet routers provide connectivity. Security systems monitor homes. The goal is not to unplug everything until your house resembles a museum exhibit from 1887. The goal is to identify devices that consume electricity purely for convenience and decide whether that convenience is worth the cost. Sometimes saving 3 seconds of startup time is useful. Sometimes it is just a very expensive blinking light. So, do appliances really suck electricity when they are turned off? In many cases, absolutely. They continue powering clocks, memory chips, sensors, network connections, and remote control receivers. Each one uses only a small amount of electricity, but together, they can quietly consume a surprising share of household energy. It is one of the strangest realities of the modern home, a hidden population of machines that appear dormant while secretly feeding from the grid. The next time you see a glowing standby light in a dark room, remember that off does not always mean off. Sometimes it simply means waiting and snacking. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.